is going to be all about e-commerce tools. And there are many. There are a lot of them you can use, and sometimes it's a little bit complicated and confusing on what tools to use to really drive and deliver sales conversion. So we have here to share with us the details and advise the do's and the don'ts on e-commerce conversion from no other but Shih Liang from Shopee Malaysia. Shih is the head of marketing solutions at Shopee, and she drives the adoption and implementation of multiple Shopee marketing solutions across the user journey. And these include branding, performance, content, and holistic marketing packages. And by the way, I literally just used Shopee yesterday twice. So, thank you very much. Give a warm welcome, a round of applause as you come from the stage to Shih. How you go?
Testing. Let me just. That. Yeah. Okay. Hi. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very much to BFM Brandfest for having us here, Shopee Malaysia. I'm really happy to be here. We're always happy to engage with you, fellow marketeers, and our distinguished guests. I know my session is right before the coffee break, so I will try and be quick. My name is Shih. Really excited to be here to talk to you about how we can leverage some of our e-commerce tools and features to deliver conversions and hopefully increase revenue for most of you. Now, let's move on. But first, let me tell you a bit of myself. Thank you very much. I think we've had a quick introduction. I head the marketing solutions team at Shopee, where I look at the end-to-end funnel of the marketing solutions products and marketing packages, which I know a lot of you do participate in, And I also look into on-platform and off-platform solutions. So today, when I go through my presentation, I will be talking a little bit about the consumer trends that we see among Malaysians on the e-commerce marketplace. And with that, I will also go into some of the challenges, the new form of challenges that these consumer trends are posing to brands such as yourself and to us, and what we can do to address and overcome them via our Shopee's marketing solutions and whatever tools and features that we have. I will also be sharing some examples of brands who have used our solutions and what they did to overcome all these challenges. And, okay, thank you very much. So before I go into our Malaysian consumer trends, there's something that I would like to share a little bit about, which is value-based shopping. Basically, our consumer trends today are centered on value-based shopping. Now, what is this? Value-based shopping, as we know, is a type of shopping that we see among consumers today, where it's not just about price or convenience anymore. Value-based shoppings are where consumers make purchase decisions based on what they believe in, based on their values. Oftentimes, they're not willing to compromise on the principles of what they believe in. So consumers, we find, who engage in this sort of value-based shopping considers a wide range of factors that influence their decision making. It could be the environmental impact of your product, whether your business practices are fair and ethical, whether ultimately whatever they buy will end up in a landfill or not, for example. You will hear a lot more about value-based shopping from my colleague, Mr. Kenneth So, later at his presentation. So now, we move on. Okay. The rise of value-based shopping in Malaysia has influenced the e-commerce trends that we see today. Given this, your marketing strategy on the e-commerce marketplace should also evolve on the back of the usual tools and features that we have, from your points rewards, from your vouchers, from your flash sales that you have, to tell a very compelling narrative to your consumers. First of all, we see the rise of young, digitally savvy buyers on e-commerce. As you all know, this is a trend across the globe and not just in Malaysia. But these consumers, right, are essentially native tech users. They grew up with technology, they grew up with smartphones glued to their hands, right? And more often than not, they are always online. So what does it mean if they're always online? Number one, they're more likely to be shopping online. So as the previous session had said, if you're not online, do come online. Number two, they're also more likely to be influenced by social media influencers and the various forms of online channels that you see them surfing through while making their purchasing decisions. So as a result of these, young digital savvy consumers are increasingly becoming an important target market for e-commerce. You need to be aware of their needs, you need to be aware of their preferences and how they like to be marketed to in order for your brand to remain successful and relevant on the e-commerce marketplace. These generations of consumers, they're very in tune with their principles, with their beliefs, and they're more likely to trust brands that are authentic, transparent about your practices, and just engaging, engage with this group. So be honest about your brand's values and missions, and let your customers know what you stand for. So with that, right, we know that 7 in 10 Malaysians strive to make smarter purchasing decisions through insightful content. Now what do we mean by that? Product warranties, unboxing videos, the live demonstration. All these are worthwhile to engage your consumers and ensure them that whatever your products are reflective of the values of the messaging that you are trying to get across. The second trend that we look into is buyers are shopping more purposefully. Now, consumers are looking at increasingly different ways to live more sustainably. I believe a lot of us are like that, right? We want to be sustainable, we want to shop more purposefully. And this is very true among our younger consumers. We see that all the time. Value-based shoppers are very concerned about the impact of their purchases on the environment. They're all about increasing the longevity of the products, giving things a second chance, and making sure that they are making responsible choices for themselves and for their future generation. So what are they looking for? Products and services with real value, positive impact on the environment, on the community involved, and make sure that it's fair and ethical, among others. So for example, we are observing, right, on our platform, more and more shoppers turning to pre-loved goods. Now this is really exciting because they're turning to pre-loved goods to reduce the environmental impact, basically doing their bit to make sure it doesn't end up in the landfills. So our Shopee's recent marketplace study on value-based shopping discovered that online consumers today are 3 times more likely to buy products that promote smarter consumption as compared to back in 2020, just in a span of 3 years. So we found that over half of our consumers, 53% to be exact, chose to shop more purposefully when they're looking at their daily, everyday necessities. Your home and living items, your home appliances, your groceries and baby products and supplies. And another 30% are shopping more purposefully for more personal care items, your health and beauty, your fashion items. And the remaining segments are actually moving towards recreational products, your games, your hobbies, and even your automotive and tech items. Now, as we go to the third consumer trend, it's one of my favorite. It's centered on personalization. Consumers today are becoming increasingly aware of their unique needs and values. They want to be associated with brands that reflect their identity. They want to be able to find products and services that meet their values in a personalized way. And because we know that the consumers today are very comfortable shopping online, they're always online, browsing through the different channels, it is important that we be able to help them comb through and navigate this increasingly saturated digital space. Our recent Shopee survey also showed that half of the Malaysians that we have on our platform sees the increased importance of greater personalization and shopping flexibility. So what does this tell us? This tells us that Malaysians do not just want to shop online. They want to be able to do more. They want to be able to search for a product on the e-commerce marketplace that caters best to their needs. So utilize the different channels that we have to support this type of engagement. It could be, the live streaming shopping, your recommendation corners, or even join some of our many campaigns, like #Shopee Support Local. Know what motivates your audience. That's very important. It could be authenticity. It could be hassle-free and convenience, or safety and guaranteed security. Or it could just be, I want to know what's the latest trend on skincare at the moment. So for example, in our study, Winning Malaysians' Loyalty on E-commerce, we found that Malaysian consumers are loyal to our Shopee Mall because it's 100% guaranteed authentic product. It's hassle-free, free shipping. And across the platform, we see that more and more shoppers are repeatedly returning to their favorite stores for more than 4 years due to personalization, in-app personalization, and engagement recommendations. So what do I mean by that? It means like utilize product recommendations and bundles that fit their needs. 14% of the consumers that we have also trust safe and secure packaging. Another segment of them actually respond well to timely chat responses. Utilize your chat responses wisely, because a lot of time consumers will be like, the majority of the complaints that we get is, stores, they're responding late, they're taking their own sweet time to come back to me. And sometimes a little surprise in their orders, a personal gift as a surprise as part of their orders when they receive and they unbox their packages, like, oh wait, there's an additional something from a seller, from your brand. That's always something appreciated by consumers today. So leverage on all these trends and showcase the value proposition of your products to your consumers. We have various forms of marketing channels and features on our platform that can help with this. I will go through that in a bit. So now that we understand the consumer trends on e-commerce marketplace, what do we know about the challenges, the new form of challenges that it brings, specifically to brands such as yourself? And now how would you craft your marketing strategy towards this? So last month, we had our 6th annual Shopee Seller Summit. I know a lot of you attended it. I hope you found it very interesting. So we heard from brands from different industries on some of the challenges that they face. So top of mind is, how do I stand out in this competitive e-commerce marketplace that is increasingly saturated? We've got so many brands competing for the same customer base. So it can make it quite difficult for brands, especially new brands, to break through and grow your market share on the e-commerce space, especially with this new up-and-coming young digital natives, right? So as the future of consumer markets, you need to create engaging and interactive experiences that appeal to your audience, appeal to these purposeful buyers in order to stand out. We know that 7 in 10 Malaysians strive to make smarter purchasing decisions through insightful content. Younger buyers, are looking towards different forms of marketing strategies to be marketed to. And because of this, we see the rise of nano, micro, and macro influencers, as well as brand affiliates coming up. So influencer marketing is something that I'll go through a little bit later. And this is how you can appeal to this generation. Focus on providing them with products and services that are aligned with their values through your right content solutions. And we at Shopee, we recognize the potential of influencer marketing. You can leverage on Shopee's affiliate marketing solutions. It's end-to-end. I'll share more a little bit about the difference between a fixed fee campaign versus a commission-based campaign, and what are the avenues that you have that you can browse through, from the creative marketplace, where you can identify the type of KOLs that best serve your brands, or how you can create and collaborate with the influencers and the affiliates. whilst lastly, having the type of data and metrics that will help you, with your optimization. So the last challenge that brands face, second challenge that brands face is market readiness. What we need to do is to build trust with our customers. Ensure that your brand's identity is reflected in your business practices and your product's values. So by understanding the challenges of marketing to purposeful buyers, you can develop strategies to overcome them and successfully launch your products. So some example would be clear about your brand's purpose. Purposeful buyer wants to know why your brand exists. What is your story? What are you passionate about? So make sure your messaging on your marketing strategy is clear, is concise, and it resonates with your target audience. Highlight the social and environmental impact of your brand. Purposeful buyers are increasingly attracted to those sort of messaging and things that will have a positive impact in the world, that would want to make them associate themselves with your brand. Thirdly, you can consider partnering with organizations that share your value. And this goes beyond just organizations, earlier panel talked about mommy groups, groups such as that. Purposeful buyers are more likely to support brands that are also aligned with credible organizations that they can share a common value with. And you can amplify your message and widen your reach by doing that. And finally, you should also get involved with your local community. Support your local community, give back where you can. Feel free to reach out to us, for any partnerships, collaboration. We're always keen to have further conversations on that. Now, the third challenge would be to introduce a new brand or product into the marketplace. Now, conventional thinking is that consumers are sometimes hesitant to try new things. They want to stick with tried and true tested products. But one observation that we find from our internal analysis is that consumers are open to new brands and new products, especially during the end of year sales, which is upcoming. So find creative ways to reach to this audience, find creative ways to bring your brand awareness or your product's awareness to these new consumer targets. It will help to generate interest in your brand and drive your sales. When people are more aware of your brand, they'll be more keen to learn more about your brand, to read up more about it. And when they're familiar with your brand, they're more likely to trust you on the e-commerce marketplace, and they're more willing to give it a try. It's also important to consider utilizing personalized shopping experiences that will help your brand to introduce new products into the marketplace. For example, using data analytics, look into the past purchases and browsing behavior, and create personalized targeted campaigns based on those kind of data. You could also consider something that's very up and coming at the moment, live streaming, as a way to have real-time engagement with your customers. You brands, you can either choose to run the live stream yourself or engage with a professional live stream host or even a KOL to tell your story and drive that brand engagement. So e-commerce essentially offers a wide range of tools and features that can trigger engagement and work towards conversions. Now at Shopee here, we recognize the need to provide an end-to-end solutions tailored to brands' needs, especially now, as we see markets opening up. We recognize that it is important to integrate online as well as offline. There was a question earlier on it. On platform and off platform to help brands create this compelling narrative to consumers to achieve a higher form of impact performance. So leverage on the different levers that we have, be it awareness, be it conversions, engagement, to help your brands achieve your relevant objective. It could be a high awareness campaign that you're looking to run, or running a very specific product sale launch. So I will show you later on in several case studies and examples and share some of the best practices that you can use to actually optimize your campaign. moving to my first case study. I have two to share with you to differentiate from two different brands, two different categories that utilize our content solution, specifically influencer marketing and affiliate marketing to drive sales on their platform. There are essentially, three key drivers towards high quality content solution. The first is the influencer itself. Is the content being created by an influencer who is knowledgeable in the category, who is authentic, who is able to establish credibility and trust with your consumers, and bridge that trust with your brand, your product, and the consumers. So the influencer, number one. Number two, the experience. Is the influencer's experience with the product or with your brand coming through in the messaging, in the delivery of the content? This speaks towards integrating your product with the influencer's lifestyle, usage, to resonate well with your audience. And the third key driver is the product itself. Is the image, the caption, concise and reflective of your brand's and your product's key selling points. So, back to the case study, OnePlus. To build hype for one of their product launches, consumer electronics manufacturer OnePlus engaged with 6 different lifestyle influencers across nano, micro, and macro tiers. Now, this is a good strategy here. A wide range of influencers will help in terms of performance as well as cost optimization point of view. One of our recent studies also showed that 5 in 10 of Malaysians actually relate most to micro and nano influencers. These influencers have a follower count of around under 500,000. The study also showed that a lot of the consumers relate well to content such as unboxing, vlogs, product reviews, and live demonstration. So back to OnePlus strategy, These influencers establish word-of-mouth advertising on their OnePlus Nord C2 Lite 5G phone model through engaging postings on 3 separate social media platforms. It's important to consider the social media channels that you want. If it's an unboxing video or product review, you want to go through IG videos. If you want to drive instant traffic to your store, maybe look into IG Reels. If you want something really detailed in your product description and reviews and maybe run some engagement contests, you want to look towards Facebook posts, Twitter, or X posts. So the influencers on this campaign shared their experience, such as the camera quality, the battery life of the phone, as a subtle way to promote the product. And all the postings included a call to action and key hooks, which are very important. You gotta have your hooks over there. Your promos, your giveaways, or even an invitation to join these influencers at a popular mall, an offline event at a popular mall in Klang Valley. So the postings were very well received. It resulted in over 400,000 impressions and 54,000 engagements respectively. And as a follow-up, don't leave it there. Leverage on the momentum, repost it on your own social media channels and community groups, build on it. So my next case study, young consumers these days are not just single adults or teenagers, they're mommy groups, They're young parents who are making purchase decisions for their families. So to reach to this generation of adults, EnfaGrow, which I'm sure we all know EnfaGrow, utilize an always-on approach on Shopee's affiliate marketing solution. So EnfaGrow successfully collaborated with affiliates. They boosted their ROAS during the recent Raya sales by 16x. Now, how did they do it? What did EnfaGrow do? So first of all, they ran an evergreen always-on campaign. Now this is something that we always stress about, always on. EnfaGrow did it by a minimum of 5 weeks in the lead up to build an always-on presence among their consumers, being able to reach the top of mind when they think about milk formula. This is very important, always on, especially in the lead up of your key campaign dates, such as your banner dates or even your peak days. And recognizing that the competition in the milk formula segment is very strong, the brands also compensated their affiliates fairly with the recommended commission rates, by cluster and market to ensure that their campaign remains attractive and fair to the affiliates. Lastly, Enfagrow offered high-quality visuals and detailed product information. This is something that we need to stress about. Your visuals influence decision-making. It helps consumers discover your products during those few critical decision-making moments, It will help your brand stand out in this competitive digital space that we talked about, And this is especially true during sales season, during campaign season. So make sure you have visually appealing creatives. And as a result of that, AMS contributed to 23% of Enfagrow's daily GMV. So if we go on to my next example, is an example that utilizes our Shopee on-platform ads. So we hope to offer a holistic solution to cover, all your key consumer touch points from discovery to conversions. So as such, we have our branding solutions, namely display ads. It places your ad in one of the highest traffic sections on our Shopee homepage. And then we have the performance solutions. I'm sure some of you are aware of it. Our discovery ads, our search ads. This will bump up your store and product when shoppers are searching for relevant products or when they are browsing on the search result page. So as a brand, you can devise a very comprehensive strategy that's centered on Shopee on-platform ads by combining both branding and performance solutions. So you may have heard of Some by Me, right? It's a Korean skincare brand, beauty brand, that is gaining a lot of traction and popularity right now. What is the brand's unique selling point? It focuses on environmentally friendly values, is sustainable, and prides themselves in continuously eliminating elements that have a negative impact on the environment and on your skin. So they tapped into the K market of beauty lovers, which Malaysia is big, is growing, right? And focus on their brand values, sustainable, eco-friendly, animal-free. And they overcome their product readiness by reaching out to purposeful buyers with aligned values. So to gain that exposure and increase impact for this new product launch, Some by Me utilized our branding solution, our Shopee display ads. This was made possible by early planning and advanced reservation for one of these hotspots, right? The brand used attractive creatives. They enabled specific information to capture attention on their product, as well as the promotion, which resulted in an increase in awareness and traffic towards their store as they featured their hero SKUs. So it increased their visibility, it enhanced brand awareness to both new and existing customers. Over 3 days, Some by Me had impressions of over 1.7 million just from display ads. And they also saw a 20% increase uplift in shop page views. So moving on to my next example, one way to introduce a brand or product into the e-commerce marketplace is with personalization. We talked about it being a very important consumer trend earlier. By personalizing your marketing efforts, you can create more meaningful content and engage with your customers, and improve your brand awareness and generate more clicks and more conversions. So when considering the different tactics, Her Jewelry, which is a local jewelry brand, conducted a trial of Shopee display ads auto-targeting feature. Now display ads is fairly new, so we made several enhancements to it, and auto-targeting was a new enhancement that came out in May. So Her Jewelry used it, and what happened? It improved their visibility, it boosted sales for one of their popular product lines, they secured a prime placement on the Shopee homepage, they promoted their products through auto-audience targeting, and they offered bundle recommendations. So check all 3 boxes. Implementing the auto-targeting ads proved highly effective for Her Jewelry. It increased their click-through rate by 200%. And leveraging on this feature, the brand was able to effectively target and reach their intended audience. So overall, the brand saw an uplift of 150% in shop unique visitors. They saw an uplift of 230% in overall shop page views and over 400,000 impressions just from display ads. How do you do this? Start your planning early. Hotspots on the Shopee homepage, you need to reserve it early. It's all self-serve now. Self-serve is becoming an important avenue that we see. Secondly, use high quality creatives, as I mentioned, to put your products and assets to make it attractive, to captivate your consumers' attention. Feature your best-selling SKUs, put your best-selling hero SKU on it, and use all these kind of new features that we have, be it auto audience targeting, to try and capture your intended audience and generate your higher CTR. So recognizing all this, recognizing the impact of personalization, we at Shopee are always looking to enhance our targeting options to allow a broader funnel. We started off with broad targeting with display ads, we move on to auto targeting, and now we're going into custom targeting. And I'm really excited to share about this. This is up and coming, going to be live on the 1st of August, so please do look out for it. Custom targeting will enable greater segmentation based on audience demographic. You can look at age, gender, even category interests. So we are also enhancing the reporting metrics because we know that it's important to you as brands to optimize. You will be able to see your reach, your views, your unique visitors, all on the seller portal. So look out for it. Aside from that, the second feature that is coming soon is relating to our affiliate marketing solution. Pay per post is a self-serve collaboration feature which will allow you to co-collaborate and co-create your content with your influencers. This one is completely market-driven. It's fixed fees, market-driven, and you can connect with the influencers of your choice. You can work with them to come up with a content or solution or a post per your brand messaging. Of course, there's always a balance. You don't want to restrict the influencers' creative minds, right? So there's always a balance between what your ask is and the creative aspects of an influencer. So as a wrap up for my closing, right? E-commerce is huge, it's vast, it's always evolving. There's a lot of opportunities out there for you to latch on. So understand these challenges and take steps to address them, and you can stay ahead in this ever-changing landscape of e-commerce, right? So what does it mean? It means staying up to date in your trends. It means investing in new marketing solutions, investing in new technologies, and constantly evaluating your marketing strategy, whether it's fitting, whether it's still relevant or not in this current era. So some things you can keep in mind, right, when you're marketing on our e-commerce platform. Number one, create a strong online presence. Use an omni-channel marketing strategy to target different aspects of a consumer's buying journey to successfully convert to sales. For instance, you leverage on your on-platform ads and couple it with an always-on off-platform ad solution, couple it with an affiliate marketing solution ahead of your actual campaign date, and you can drive that momentum together. Doing this will allow your affiliate partner sufficient time to create quality content for you, and it will also allow your off-platform solution to gain traction and optimize your ads. Second one, you can consider using our Shopee chat function or even live streaming to constantly engage with your audience. It's very important, using live streaming, you can showcase your deals, you can showcase your product, you can engage directly with your customers. Third one is, we are upcoming end of year sales. You can participate in our Shopee campaign. This is a great way to attract new customers and to encourage repeat purchases. Our end of year sale starts with 9/9 all the way to 12/12, and I hope to see a lot of your brands participating in the campaign. Last but not least is to always provide excellent customer service. This is essential for building trust and loyalty with your customers. So by carefully considering what your consumers are, what motivates them, understanding the challenges in the e-commerce space, you can create a strong e-commerce strategy by leveraging on our marketing solutions that will help you to stay ahead and succeed in the digital age right now. Thank you very much for your time. I understand we have a short Q&A session. I will be happy to answer any questions.